Hi, it's Candy, and welcome to the Art of Planning, where we look at pretty, on purpose, and powerful planning. And today we're going to do a plan with me, kind of, sort of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my layout for the week of August 24th through 30th. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to go over how I laid out this week. And you'll see it's not filled out yet. What I'm finding is I'm kind of doing I'm kind of using this for a recap as much as anything. Now, I'm still new. I'm still working at it. This is probably my third or fourth week's layout. I work daily by Franklin Covey system, which I will show you in a little bit, probably within the next two videos. I'll show you how I use these side by side. But what I wanted to do right now is show you the layout, how I achieve it, and what I do. So I wanted to show you first, I have used an incredible washi that I found and loved. This comes from a place it comes from right down the road, kind of. A place that's about 260, 300 miles down the road from me, so we're kind of almost neighbors. I live in a very rural, remote place. I have to do almost all my shopping online, and sometimes it gets a little challenging, but I found this wonderful, great place. So let me show you what I did with the washi whenever I used it. I used this washi, and yes, it is a wide one, but I used it on the bottom. I used it on the bottom over here. I'm going to flip this over. Okay, I used the washi up here. Oh, can you hear my puppy? Let me flip this camera up just a little bit. Okay, I used it over here. I did not have a weekend flag that went with the colors, went with the theme, and when I didn't have anything up here, it looked really blank for the weekend. So I'll show you how I did it up here, and I used this down here. Okay, so what I did with this washi is, it was a little thin, so I double layered it everywhere I used it. If you'll remember, on this page, on this side, in the August colors, we had the green going on. Down here at the bottom, we had that green going on up here too. And that was not particularly good with the colors that I used here, so I double layered this washi up here. And I double layered the washi here also. Now again, if you'll notice, this washi is wide enough to cover from the bottom of this box to the bottom of this line. So this week I didn't have any use for these lines down here. I didn't need to use it on hydrate. My hydrate sticker's over here in this entire layout. So I could use this down here, and I wanted to use this washi, loved it, so it went from bottom of this box all the way down here. Also, this washi has a very distinct pattern, so you had to make sure that if this was going to be your top, it was the top here, and it was the top here. So if you're flipping your book over and around to lay it down, then you needed to be very aware of the pattern. If you were doubling it up, you also needed to be very aware of the pattern. So that was just something that I noticed. When I used it over here on the top, every time I do that you see that green, I was also very aware of trying to get it laid on top of each other so it would match very good. So I did that, and I also double layered it. I don't know if you can see here, I layered it all the way down to here, just because that's the width I ended up with whenever I laid it like that. I made sure it was double layered here to cover that green up. I didn't necessarily double layer it over here because it didn't need that. And then the other washi that I used was one that I had just gotten from Tuesday morning in one of those little packs. It does, however, have a dot pattern on it. So again, I laid it on top. I did two layers. I laid it on top of each other underneath here, and then I did it at the top of the layout. So I'm finding that I really like washi. So there it is, layered there, and again I did two layers on top of each other when I used the washi. Now here's how I like to use washi. I've seen all different ways of using it. not that I'm that experienced, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but still, I'm so new that I can't have watched that many. Okay, so what I do is I position it lightly where I want it. And then, my favorite way to do it is whenever I get to an end, I take some sort of guide. Sometimes I use a card that's handy at the end. I find out a straight line, and then I use an X-Acto knife, oh so gently, and I run it down where I want my washi to end, and I score it very lightly. It doesn't need to be heavy, very lightly. I score it, then I take the end, and it will just come off in a straight line very easy and very gently. And then I do the same on this end. I find my edge where it's straight. I get my X-Acto knife, I very lightly score it, and then it comes off where I want it to come off. When I did the arrow pattern for the weekend, I ran a diagonal piece. I wanted it to be on the edge of Saturday, and then I wanted to end diagonally in the middle of Saturday and Sunday. So I had a large piece going across here that I lightly positioned where I wanted it. And again, I use this, or actually what I use a lot is a page finder for my Franklin Covey. So I positioned it here, and I actually had to position two pieces at the same time, this side and this side, because I tried to match them up where there was a good pattern in the middle. So I needed to be working on both sides at the same time. And then I found where I wanted the center to be. I lined this up, and again, very gently scored right down the middle. Now when I'm scoring it the first time, I'm pretty much scoring through the top layer. So then I just get that top layer off, and I found out that I had scored the bottom layer too, although not enough to remove the second layer of washi. So now I have the bottom layer of washi, and I go back and I score gently again. I could feel where I had scored through it, but not enough to remove it. So I went back and gently scored that bottom layer of washi, and then I could remove the other side. So there I've got my nice middle. And then I just did the same on the edges. I went in, I laid down my edge, I scored gently, took off the side, scored gently, took off this side, and I was done, and I had that nice piece. I'd considered writing week end in here. I still could, that would be fine. I don't have the best handwriting, so I think it's fine like that, and I think that's where I'm going to leave it. But that is how you can use a wider washi in different places. You guys probably have all sorts of different ways to use it, but that's how I used it. I bought some other pieces of washi from Mind the Wrap, which you can find on mindthewrap.etsy/ www.mindthewrap.com/Etsy. That's how you find their shop. And oh my gosh, so cool, so cool. Lots of different Etsys. Okay, now let me just show you how I went ahead and did this. This bar is all one piece. I thought it was so cool, all one piece. I used lots of stickers. From from Tiger Lily Creations. I love her things. So this is all the sticker that I used right here. It has a to-do list. I love lists and I love lines. It has my hydrator tracker right here, and then down here it just has another little place where I can list some other things. So I use several things from her. This is from Tiger Lily. The little boxes are from Tiger Lily. There's the one with the bullets. Here's the one with just the lines. And again, now actually this to-do list came from Pages and Memories. So the to-do list with the lines and with the check marks came from Pages and Memories. I love their things also. This little guy came from Let's Plan It. As did these words, Let's Plan It, which I love because this is on my Saturday, Sunday. I will work on next week's on Saturday and Sunday. So the journal and the Let's Plan It words came from that. This came from Let's Plan It. This little box that has feathers on it also came from Let's Plan It. So those were really neat. Of course, I do nails every Wednesday. That's the plan. Doesn't always happen, but that's the plan. And then the little camera guy, can you see him? The little movie guy, director's clapper, came from Willow Fields. I tell you what, Wednesday was wahoo. I filmed and filmed and filmed and filmed and filmed and filmed and tried to edit, and all to no avail. It was a technical difficulty day here on Wednesday, so that was crazy. But lots of movie icons from Willow Fields, and I used that. Then all these cute little arrows came from Nooks and Annie's. Cute little arrows, and they were just little fun additions from Nooks and Annie's. And then these little feathers that added another touch came from Vintage Gypsy. So that's where we are. And literally my plan was to have this up Wednesday, show you this, and then to have this filled out and show you how I use my Erin Condren versus how I use my Franklin Covey. So that will be coming up real quickly, but I wanted to show you the week's layout, how I put it together, and then within the next couple videos I will show you what I do with it once I've got it together and how I use it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful, and then I will see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.